Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm Pascale Chambers, and this is the Kriya Yoga Alliance Sunday meditation and a short talk. Be a very short talk today that I'm doing. I'll be talking a little bit about contentment. Before I do that, though, I wanted to let you know about a couple upcoming events that the Kriya Yoga Alliance is doing. And the first one is on December 22nd. And that actually will be Ryan Kurzak will be leading a holy season meditation. And it'll be from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll all be joining him for that. And it'll be a very nice start our right before the holiday season to have a nice 3-hour meditation, I think will help to keep us calm during all the holiday hustle and bustle. And then on January 5th, Sunday, January 5th, we're going to be doing an all-day meditation. Kriya Yoga Alliance, different Kriya Yoga Alliance teachers will be leading an hour throughout the day. I don't have the exact times right now, but we'll be posting all those details soon on the website, the Kriya Yoga Alliance website. So check back there soon, but it will be on January 5th. So contentment is something I did a talk on a few years ago, and then I subsequently did a few retreat workshops about it as well, and more specifically how to cultivate more contentment in our lives. And I got a lot of positive feedback on both of these things, so I thought I would talk about contentment a little bit today. And if you are interested in hearing the original talk, you can go to the Kriya Yoga Alliance website. And if you go to the About Us page, under each of our names, different teachers' names in Kriya Yoga Alliance, there's links to get to our websites and our information. So under my page, under my name is a link to my podcast site. And the talk is called Cultivating Contentment. So that's available. So recently, it came to my attention that I was feeling discontented more often than not. And you see, in the last 6 months, there's been a lot going on within our families. Our aging parents, in particular, have been having a lot of issues, which in turn made my husband and my lives very stressful, very chaotic. We've had to, travel a lot, be caregivers, assist with moving, and face the death of one of our parents. So it's been a pretty challenging 6 months. And in general, I found myself having a lot of resistance to what was happening in my life. And so kind of resisting things is the opposite of feeling content. And for me, generally, the place where I feel contentment is sitting in my backyard. I have a large backyard and I have woods surrounding it, and usually very peaceful back there. And I like to read a good book or just sit quietly and enjoy nature, maybe do some breathing. But for the last several months, the house next door to us was not taken care of by the original owners and had gotten very run down. And so it got sold, and someone bought it to flip it. And so it's been getting worked on to sell, and which is a good thing, but it's created a lot of noise. So I've kind of lost my peace and quiet out in the backyard lately. So that wasn't helping. But Thanksgiving Day, I was sitting outside and the sun was shining. The sky was clear and blue. I had a warm drink next to me and I had a book I was enjoying, and it was quiet. And I thought, I felt this sense of contentment that I hadn't felt in quite some time. And I thought, wow, yeah, this is what this feels like, right? Boy, do I miss this. Um, And I realized in that moment that I had gotten a bit lax in doing what I had recommended in my talks and workshops. And that is to make a point to cultivate more contentment in our lives. And in order to do this, we first have to figure out when we feel the most content. So is there a place that you like to go where you feel relaxed there? Is there a food or drink you like to have that makes you feel nurtured? Is there a person spending time with them that makes you feel happy? Or perhaps there's an activity that brings you joy. So we can think about these things, and we can even make a list of these things for ourselves and have those in mind. And once you have identified these things that bring you contentment, then the next step is to make sure you set aside time to do these things on a regular basis. So you have to make time to do the things that bring you contentment. And at the same time, keeping in mind that the deepest and most abiding sense of contentment comes from our time in communion with the divine. So that true contentment comes when we are at peace within ourselves, when we regularly sit in the silence and allow the divine spirit to come forth within us. In Mr. Davis's book, The Science of Self-Realization, he says, contentment in all circumstances can be maintained by being self with a capital S, self-aware, while dispassionately observing thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and the emergence and disappearance of transitory events. I'll read that one more time. Contentment in all circumstances can be maintained by being self-aware while dispassionately observing thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and the emergence and disappearance of transitory events. So in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, contentment is also one of the observances, one of the 5 niyamas. Patanjali recommends this as one of the intentional practices that we as yogis should do. He goes on further to comment, contentment provides supreme peace and happiness. So we can intentionally cultivate the state of being in our lives. And in doing so, we become happier and more peaceful as a result. So I thought we'll meditate for a bit, and I'll share my contentment meditation with you. And then after we do that, we'll go into just some silence for a little bit as well. So let's go ahead and get ready for meditation. So closing the eyes. Use my squeaky chair sounds. And sit upright and poised. And take a moment just to move or stretch in any way that feels good to you in this moment. Take a deep breath in and then exhale. And again, deep breath in and exhale. We'll do a couple minutes of the yogic 4-8 breath. So we'll inhale for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 8. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so continuing a few more times with the 4-8 breath. That's very easy for you. You can go to a 5-10 breath, or whatever feels comfortable. And you can even drop it to 2-4. So we want this to be easy. Anytime we extend the length of our exhalation to be longer than our inhalation, this has a calming effect on our nervous system. And so as we calm the nervous system down, this in turn prepares us for meditation. It's much easier to meditate when the nervous system has been quieted and calmed. So a couple minutes, continue with the 4-8 breath. Just returning to our normal breathing, but continuing to keep our awareness on the breath. And so just following that gentle flow of breath in and out, soft and subtle. And being with the theme this holiday weekend of Thanksgiving and gratitude, taking a moment now to express our gratitude to our teachers, and in this Kriya Yoga tradition, our guru lineage, Mahavatar Babaji, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Shri Yukteswar, Paramahansa Yogananda, or Eugene Davis, and their successors. Now bring your awareness to your third eye, center of the forehead. And while holding some attention there, think back to a time, and it could be recently or further back in your memory. Think of a time when you felt a strong sense of contentment. You may even be able to recall a time when you felt perfect contentment. And this feeling of contentment you experienced, it may be related to a certain place. Perhaps you're on vacation, sitting at the beach, perhaps hiking in the woods. Or it may have been an activity you were engaged in. Sailing on a boat, reading a book outside. Or perhaps it's just a place where you feel very comfortable, very nurtured. Might have a favorite chair that you like to sit in, bundled under a blanket, drinking a hot beverage. So for whatever experience or memory you have, feeling content, just bring that to mind now. We'll take a few minutes to give you a chance to recall that moment or those moments. So bringing that contented moment, contented time into mind very clearly. Recall this moment and experience it again. Become very absorbed in that feeling again, as if it was happening to you right now. So immersing yourself in that feeling of contentment, letting it wash over you. Experiencing the joy and peace of that moment in totality. Now allowing yourself to sink into that feeling and rest there for a time. For a few moments now. Let's send our love, our blessings out to the world and wish for everyone a deep sense of peace and contentment. And then bringing our awareness back to the breath. And taking a couple of deeper breaths and just bringing some awareness back to the body and the space we're in right now. We'll chant Om one time to conclude our meditation. Om. Peace. And as you feel ready to, slowly opening up the eyes. I thank you all for joining me this morning, and I wish for you perfect contentment.